We have just received a new outrageous report about a upcoming free agent star infielder that could be a possible target for the New York Mets this offseason. Will it happen? Well, we'll break down everything that could happen this offseason for the Mets and what they could be thinking about it. What is going on, everybody? Welcome to this new edition of Mets Digest with your host, of course, Michael DeAngelo. As you see on the screen, I got 2 videos in a row now. I'm on some consistency now, so let's keep it rolling, shall we? Me and Flobo Boys have been on top of everything, reports, Mets news-related, roster updates, trades, rumors, injuries. I already said rumors. But look, this is your one-stop shop for all things Mets baseball. So make sure you guys subscribe right here to Mets Digest. Almost 90% of you guys watching these videos aren't even subscribed. So what are you waiting for? Just hit the button real quick. We really appreciate it. We're always going to give back to you guys, and we're going to put our full 112% effort into these videos for you guys. But let's get started here. And the upcoming free agent, star infielder that I am talking about is Alex Bregman of the Houston Astros currently. He is 30 years old. He's set to hit free agency this offseason. It is kind of looking like the Astros don't have the biggest interest in re-signing him this offseason. They have a lot of good infielders in their farm system on the way up. And, you know, if with Bregman being a Scott Boras client, it may be looking like that the Astros may not want to fork over the amount of money that they will be asking this offseason, as we will take a look at what Ken Rosenthal had to report with this situation. In regards to Alex Bregman, he said, the market for the third baseman, for third baseman Alex Bregman should be interesting. Besides the Houston Astros and San Francisco Giants, the teams with obvious needs include Seattle Mariners, Diamondbacks, Yankees, presuming they move Jazz over to second as a replacement for Torres. The New York Mets could also be a possibility if they don't view Mark Vientos as a long-term answer. That is pretty scary if you don't. I mean, look, this is all just speculation. But come on, Ken, really? Like, that's a little bit of a reach, my friend. We all know, everyone here, you know, watching this video, making these videos, you know, we all respect Ken Rosenthal. He's the best in the business, probably to ever do it. And this is just a reach. Look, Alex Bregman, fantastic infielder, fantastic multi-time All-Star World Series champion. You know, he would only benefit us if we were to somehow miraculously sign him. But just take a look at this real quick. We see Bregman's stats: 19 home runs, 318 on base, OPS plus of 114. Now, take a look at my boy Mark Vientos here. He has the same amount of home runs. He has, or wait, let me go back to that. He has a higher on-base percentage, higher OPS plus, and, you know, yes, he does have 30 less hits, but he has 30 less hits and 34 less plate appearances than Alex Bregman. To not view this guy as to even speculate that this guy is not a long-term option for the Mets when he has 2 years left of pre-arbitration, which is basically 2 years left of team control. Why would you even bring up the topic of this? The second reason that I'm very distraught about all of this is we're saying about, you know, Alex Bregman potentially being a target for the Mets when one man and one man only is still on the list, and that is Juan Soto, who could, I know people, you know, non-Mets fans are not going to be too fond of this image, but I had to do it to you guys. Juan Soto is still going to be a big-time target for the Mets this offseason. They need a corner outfielder with Starling Marte's body kind of on the decline now. You know, Jeff McNeil going in and out of the infield, being very inconsistent with the bat. And of course left field being sort of open as well, with Brandon Nimmo possibly having to go back over to center field, with Harrison Bader being a free agent. It only makes more sense for Juan Soto to be a bigger target for the Mets than Alex Bregman. But with the money that they're looking at here, we saw Juan Soto turn down an around 15 year, $440 million contract with the Nationals. So he is going to be looking probably for an over $500 million deal. And that's probably going to be something that the Mets are willing to pay, considering that Justin Verlander and Max Scherzer's contracts will be off the books this offseason. They met with lots of pending free agents like Luis Severino, Sean Manaea, pretty much almost everyone out of the bullpen. You got Jose Iglesias too, Harrison Bader, like I said before. That's a lot of money that the Mets are going to be retaining this offseason, and that you could fork over to Juan Soto. With all of that, going back to Mark Vientos here not being viewed as a long-term option, which still is just rattling to me. This guy, if you look at OPS, I saw this yesterday. If you look at OPS of Mets players in their franchise, age 24 or younger, through their first 200 plate appearances, Mark Vientos is second all-time in Mets history at 150. The guy right below him at 149 is David Wright at one, which is insane. He also has more home runs through his first 200 plate appearances than David Wright through his first 200 plate appearances. So if that doesn't answer whether this guy is a long-term option, you have nowhere else to look. He has the same amount of production, pretty much almost the same amount of production as Alex Bregman this season. So unless you're looking to move Mark Vientos to full-time DH, which is not really looking like is a possibility with Brett Beatty still, down in AAA, and there's no word about him coming back up at all. It looks like Mark Vientos might have to be just the long-term option, which is no issue at all. But, I don't know, Ken. You can't really do my boy like that. He's here to stay. We saw him hit 2 homers last night in the loss to the Oakland A's. Tonight against the Marlins, he was just moved up to second in the order behind Francisco Lindor in the batting order. We'll see if that's a good spot for him or not. But look, this man is next up, and the stats show it. It is not just something that you can see; it is something that you can see on paper as well. But Alex Bregman will be a much better option for other teams, and I'm sure other teams are willing to give him much more money than the Mets are willing to give Alex Bregman. And with that, like I said before, with Juan Soto being on the market, the Mets will probably turn their heads more to him before they turn their heads over to Alex Bregman. And that is all I have for you here today on Mets Digest. I am pretty sure Flobo Boys will be on the next video with more news updates. But for right now, that is it today for Mets Digest. Michael DeAngelo here with Mets Digest. Make sure you guys subscribe, and I'll see you guys in the next video. Thank you so much for watching. Peace out, y'all.